Listen man, I don't make the rules, so today we're going to run down my top 10 distortion pedals of all time. Number 1, I've got serial number 5761. I was introduced to this by the incredible Peter Honore at Andertons, and it is the Grador. An absolutely stunning pedal. If you haven't tried a Brown amplification Grador, I highly recommend that you find your nearest dealer and go and caress one lovingly. It will love you back in the ears. It would be pretty much illegal for me not to include this. I remember when, as a child, I would visit Stag Music in Trowbridge, a little tiny Aladdin's cave of second-hand gear. And when they would get a DS1 in, everyone would go, "Oh, it's a classic. You've got to have one." There's something about it that's a bit unwieldy, slightly random, you got to be careful. Don't give it too much of the distortion because it will play tricks with you, honestly. There's something very organic about the beautiful DS1, and the W is a brilliant, brilliant recreation. And number 2 is Red Rocks by the Dorner Prince. Now listen. I discovered this pedal during an Andertons video. Oh, this one.
Wow. None of them were as good as this one. Yeah, whatever that is.
That's good, is it?
It's really good. I haven't got a clue what it is, but it's really good.
That's cool.
Remember the Voodoo valve? It reminded me a lot of the gain structure of the Voodoo valve from years ago. Man, I'd love to have one of those now. Nobody, and I mean nobody, knows why there's a picture of a car on the front. Either way, enjoy it. It's a little red box from Red Rocks. What have we got in here? Oh yes, BadCat Double Drive. It is absolutely spectacular, kind of modelled on a sort of Centauri type thing that you're very familiar with. As you can see, it's all taped up, and of course you can do crunch, lead, or you can stack them at the same time, so it's one or the other or both. That's where the flexibility lies. It's the way that you stack them together to create interesting, diverse, crunchy, gritty things. Oh! Gallows in the Morning. Now this, I will admit, is a very new acquisition. It is so unique. The gain structure is crunchy and warm and analog. Recovery, make handmade effects in Seattle. They are a couple working from home. They are an incredible duo. They make amazing, inspiring musical items, even crazy things like synthesizers, but in a pedal form. You'll love this because not only is it a drive pedal, boost pedal, but also it's a reverb pedal. And man, the reverb is delicious. Savage Mark II. This thing took me by surprise. Plugged in. You know, I sometimes say you'll get a thing and it will help you write a riff. I literally wrote a riff a second as I plugged this in. It was that good. The gain structure is crunchy and doesn't do that sort of bottoming out, fuzzy, low end thing. It stays articulate. You can hit low notes. It's great for drop tune filth. Let's see what it says in the manual. Chaud et puissante, hot and powerful. On avons choisi de concevoir le structure électronique d'origine pour maximiser la chaleur et la dynamique du son. Pour gagner du grain et du sustain. Love the French. Love this pedal. The Savage Mark II is really, really great. Check it out. It's by Andertons. It's time for the green box. Look, they're all filters, okay? They're all clipping and filters. And this is probably one of the daddies of them all, although this was created from something else that Boss made. And what I tend to do is run the level quite high, the gain quite low, and a lot of the bright thing. And you know what it's going to do? It's going to give you the Bambacam. It's going to give you the gent. Or it'll take something a bit boring and clean and turning into something nice and green. The humble tube screamer for your contemplation and consideration. It's a blues driver. Listen. It's no surprise to anybody here that the Blues Driver makes it into my top 10 distortion pedals of all time and space. This thing is a secret box of tricks. Try this. If you've got one, plug it into, and I'm not kidding, the effects return of any amp, and you'll discover it's a preamp. If you put the gain full, quite a lot of treble, and roll off your guitar volume, you will find a crunch tone. Bring it in, you will find a lead tone. It's a preamp. It really is an amazing preamp. The Blues Driver isn't just, I want a little bit more on top of a crunch. It's not my fault that this is one of the best gain / overdrive pedals in the market. Eight knobs contained within 4, the black chassis, the orange writing, the custom setting. listen man, it says Metal Zone for a reason, but I guarantee you that if you really get to learn this little bad boy, you will find a lot more than just metal tones contained within its tiny black chassis. None of these pedals were in a particular order because they are all absolutely fantastic, but the Automaton really is somewhere at the top of this list. The Preamp Mark II Automaton is a thing of beauty. You fall in love with it pretty quickly, but then what makes it stay in your possession, what keeps it there and doesn't want to jump onto reverb merrily and make you some money again, is that you can pretty much recreate most of the pedals that you have seen today with this. It's beautiful. If you have the opportunity to try one or buy one, I recommend that you do. Which means I've been Rob Chapman, take it easy. Chappers. Wait a minute, I've got some honourable mentions. Number 1, Dimetrodon Distortion by Stego Pedals. Try if you like pain. Try if you like gain. And all sorts of wonderful things dinosaur shaped. The Bacchus by Gamma Effects. It's a super versatile pedal, an own brand of Guitar Center. Highly, highly recommended. It's really flexible. Go check one out. And finally, if I may be so bold as to show you this, which is the snake oil very thing. The very thing you require to help you cut through the mix. It really is a great overdrive pedal. I'm very proud to have made this. If you didn't know, this was designed by wonderful Zach from Mythos. Have a great day. Again, I'm Chappers, and again, I'm out.